Chapter 6, The Aqua Capital. My name is Azzavhar or Azza. Now let's get into the video. Okay, so there's quite a lot to do on Chapter 6. We've got 3 crystal skulls to pick up, as well as a bunch of other items, and we're introduced to a new enemy type, which are actual beasts. Here they are. Got some cheeky ninpo. Get things started off. Wait for this guy to pop on over. It's quite common with these enemy types that they'll lose an arm during the fight, so feel free to obliteration technique and finish them off when you can do. There's a crystal skull quite close to the start. We've also got an upgrade statue here, so let's take a look at what we can upgrade. So we still have access to level 2 weapons only at this point. So what we'll do, this is level 2, this is level 2, and this is level 2. So let's go for the flail at this point. We'll be using that a little bit later. We will encounter the ghost fish, unfortunately, which is probably the most annoying enemy in the entire game, the ghost fish. Make sure to stock up on items and stuff as per usual, so max out all your stuff if you can do. And then let's go and grab the skull, which is on the other side of this bridge. Down here somewhere. So I believe that's blocked off, it is. We go down here. Again, you won't be able to see it on my actual game itself because it doesn't put the skulls back into the game, even if I press new game. But the skull is here, so make sure to grab the skull from this place right here. Other than that, let's hop back. I don't think there's any other items. There might be a chest knocking about somewhere, perhaps. I think we're good. So just the crystal skull there, and then head back up. And then we're going to go across the bridge. Just loaded in some enemies there, so I knew to charge my ultimate. Takes care of those. I think that's the one in the air done as well, yeah. A lot of the time, these enemies will kind of like stop, they'll run up to you and then stop just as they get to you sort of thing. However, sometimes they will jump on you, so just be aware of that. So if you are charging an ultimate technique, if they jump on you, then that will interrupt it. Jump away, create some space, get the charge. Takes care of those. So move on forward. A save point here, a body here. We've got the double swords. So pick those bad boys up, hop a cheeky save. And I believe there's also a skull just here. On the side here. It may be on the opposite side, but I'm pretty sure, going from memory, that it's on this side here. So make sure to get the skull here, crystal skull. Gonna take out that guy there. Just needs obliteration. Inferno for these. I was going to say watch out for the grab. Kind of saw that coming in, tried to dodge, but didn't quite dodge the grab. Other than that, in that area, that's all good, so we can move forward. There's one more enemy that might jump out. 2 more. That's the move that I was mentioning earlier. They just do a sort of like run up and punch you in the face. Grab. Okay, so the intended route is that way, so that means we go the opposite way, of course. Bunch of stuff we can do up here. I think there's an item up here. Let's take a look. Talisman of Rebirth, so grab that. Chest behind here, got Ninpo Restore. Always good. Push on forward. Use Ninpo for those. There we go. I only seem to get one, that's fair enough. Take out the second one. I think there's a chest over here. Grab that bad boy. Health restore. I think there's an important item quite soon just here, so make sure to grab this. Spirit of the Devils permanently increases your maximum key. There's an extra Ninpo use essentially with that, so make sure to pick up that bad boy. Instant kill those. These enemies can be quite spicy, they're quite fast. Use the Azzavhar Ninja drop on these if you can get it to pop off. Okay, so that is that's that. Oh, there's a few more. Ultimate technique also works a charm. Okay, so once those are all defeated, the water level will drop in this section here, so we can jump on down. Not sure if there's an item tucked away somewhere. There is not. Hold A to dive under. I think there's a crystal skull relatively close at this point. It's tucked away under the water down here somewhere. So make sure to check, get to this section here, hold down A, and I believe it's in one of these corners here, so either this corner or this corner. So make sure to check that for the crystal skull. Move forward. We dive underneath this section here. Down again. Maybe a chest. I'm just going to double check. I'm not sure if there's one tucked away in this corner. There's not. It's fine. So dive down to go through this fencing stuff here. And we head through that window. Just going to double check. There's nothing tucked away. No, we're good. That's fine. So let's jump on through, pop a cheeky save up the stairs. Art of the Piercing Void, I'll be using that quite a lot. That's my favourite Ninpo on the entire game. So we're going to be upgrading that as we go. Stock up on any items that you may need. Let's see if we can... what I'll probably do is use some of the mushrooms, even though we might get some Ninpo Restore just up ahead. I'm not 100% sure, but I might as well use them and grab some more mushrooms. So we are fully kitted out. Looks like it takes a few more Infernos to take these enemies out. What I'll do, I'll try the Piercing Void. I'm not sure how powerful it's going to be at level 1, but let's give it a whirl. So with this one, I usually do a manual aim. Try and get as many enemies in line as possible. So it's relatively powerful, not too powerful at level 1. So we'll just let's stick with the Inferno for now, as that's level 3. Okay, that takes care of those. If you wanted to aim at the enemy up there. So the one that's kind of the ranged one up in the air can be a bit of a pain in the butt. So when you're fighting these, you'll see massive fireballs kind of like interrupting your combos and stuff. So it's usually a good idea to try and take out that ranged one first, if possible. Okay, there we go. We got him. We got him in the end. Took some doing, but there we go. So we're going to head on down this way. Get some space. Charge up. These ones I've got sometimes take quite a few hits to take them down. Ninpo restore here. This bit is quite important, so you don't miss this item, as it is a very important item, especially if you're going for 100% items and absolutely everything in the game. Make sure to shoot these first before jumping down into the water, because if you jump down into the water first, you have done yourself a disservice. So you need to be jumping up here, and across. Press B to drop down the end and grab this chest here. So we have Life of the Gods. So make sure to grab that before heading on. And then we head on over to these wheels. And then on this bit, basically we're just kind of waiting for the right time to jump. So roughly around now. Some items to grab in this bit as well. We need to jump over to there, even though we decided to go for the ladders. It might be a better idea to jump from the cog itself. But either way, just make your way up to here, even though the camera angle can be a bit of a pain in this area. Head on over, drop down, grab the chest. Lives of the 1,000 Gods, always useful. Move on forward. Just want to test out the Piercing Void again, because I ideally want to try and may need to level it up a bit, I think, before it starts doing some good stuff. Yeah, it's not too crazy at this level, so we'll just park that for now, and we'll come back to that void a little bit later. Stick with the Inferno for now. Just going to check if we've got any power-ups we can use on it. We do not. That's fine for now. Grab a cheeky save. Bunch of enemies should pop up in here, I do believe. Yep, here we go. There's quite a few. There's a fair few that keep spawning in this area, so just be prepared with your ultimate technique charge. Use the essence to get ready to attack them. Looks like we're all clear, so move on forward. Bunch of stuff we can grab in this section now as well. I think there's save points, shops and stuff like that. So let's check the shop. Max on everything for now. I may use some of the mushrooms to restore the ninpo, but just check around first to make sure there's no ninpo restore. Okay, so let's there's a chest over here. Make sure to grab this chest. Jewel of the Demon Seal, that's very useful. We'll use that for the Void upgrade. I'll wait until we've got 2 of them actually. Just going to pop a few ninpo and grab some extra mushrooms. Although we may get a ninpo restore chest soon. See how we go. Take this fiend out. Inferno this one. That Inferno like almost takes them out, but they just take like a couple more hits to try it again. So yeah, it's still standing after the Inferno. Then hit him twice more to take them out. Okay, so we've got some bits and bobs to pick up. I think this is an extra range weapon. Cannon. I don't use that too often, but it is quite useful against the upcoming boss. And I believe there is a chest at the top of here somewhere. Looks like we're being followed. Lots of cash in that chest. Always useful. Okay, there we go. So make sure to grab the cash in that chest, and then we'll push on back down. And we go this way. Chest here. Ninpo restore. And jump up and attack to head on down here. We're kind of getting towards the end of the stage-ish. We've got my favourite enemy in the game, the ghost fish, coming up quite soon. On this section, there is some chests kind of tucked away in certain areas, but I think it's the next segment where the chests actually are. So what we'll do here, now that we've got to the most annoying enemy in the entire game, the ghost fish, so we're going to whack out the old flail and flail for our lives. Just flail. I have no idea why he's just jumped over into the water, but that's fine. I think we're clear for now, although there are some more that do appear. If they do grab you, they'll kind of like pull you down into the water as well, like that. And also continuously grab you as well, so that's the example of what will happen. What you can also do is, I believe you can shoot them, and it kind of like aggroes them across to you. so you can get to a safe platform like this, and then pop the bow and arrow and get ready with the flail. So that's a good way to kind of take care of those. Okay, so I think there is a chest under the water at some point here. Ah, yeah, it seems to be there. Health restore. Gonna head on down. And this area is quite large. There's a massive underwater area. And once again, there's a bunch of chests kind of like hidden away, tucked away in this underwater area. Most importantly, the most important one in this area is over here. There we go, so it's kind of like tucked away in between these columns here. So, Life of the Gods. Make sure to pick that one up. There are a bunch more. Not quite as important as that Life of the Gods though, so I think there's one here if memory serves. There is. Just some cash. And potentially one in this section as well. There is. Have a look what that is. Some more cash. And one more for the ghost fish over there, so just be very aware of those ghost fish. Got a chest over here. Sometimes it can be a bit of a pain to actually get up those steps there. Some more cash. And I believe that's the main ones. What we'll do next is we have to take out those ghost fish to progress the game. Just going to double check there's no chest just around here. There we're good. So what I'll do is get onto a platform where we can fight the ghost fish. Get the flail at the ready. We have a boss fight coming up, so prepare yourself for that boss fight. I'm actually going to whip out the old cannon for the boss. Aggro these fish. Flail away. It's quite a fair amount of them, so keep on flailing. Try to stop this, try and get the cash, but it's quite tricky. As soon as you stop, then you'll just get loads of fish. Okay, so we have the boss. Use the cannon for this. There's a bunch of different moves to watch out for on this boss. And also attack him head on when he's got his head down towards the ground here. It's going to whip out the old dragon sword. There we go. You may need to sort of like dodge around. Depending on what he's doing, you may need to dodge like forward or left and right or backwards and forwards. The cannon is also really useful here. Actually going to switch to the flail, I think. I forgot that the ghost fish make an appearance. So if he does that kind of swipe like that, usually it means there's going to be a wave that goes from like left to right or right to left, so you can dodge forward to avoid that, depending on what he does. If he does that shout thing, you want to be going to your left or your right, away from the shout. dodge around to avoid those. That's the shout. You want to be going to your left or your right for the shout to avoid the attack. That's the wave across the side, so you want to be moving forward to avoid the wave, or if you're at the front, you'll be wanting to move towards the back. You can also use your ninpo. That's the wave, so essentially watch out from where you were stood when he does that motion, because that's where the wave will kind of be heading like where you were stood, if that makes sense. The cannon is quite powerful in this particular fight, so feel free to just blast away with the cannon. It does quite a nice chunk of damage there. Dodge around for that. Feel free to use your items and stuff. Ninpo is quite powerful on this as well, so you'll see Ninpo takes away quite a nice chunk of damage there. And obviously flail the ghost fish as well. If you do get some ghost fish, you can flail the ghost fish, or you could use Ninpo as well to take those out. And that is the end of Chapter 6. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, remember to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.